Anyway, I'm Pat.
I'm Will.
I'm Jeffrey. I didn't think that in and of itself was problematic, but
That would be problematic.
well,
You know how picky like YouTube's getting about things lately. It's crazy. So
you know what? You're right.
Yeah.
I have been seeing people.
Dude, people have been deleting comments off my fucking channel. So, which is like dumb.
Really?
Yes. So they will go. They'll like even be just like a little bit like controversial.
How many views do you get?
Oh, depends on
He
the
gets a
video.
bunch.
Yeah, I think overall I've had. I don't know. I'd have to look, but most of the time my videos they get like. I don't know, over 6 months, maybe 5 to 10,000.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah,
Yeah, you get
it's
a bunch.
small time. It's small time, but you know.
I was
But they're
like, who
all
has the
old
time
guys,
to go
man. And
look
so
for-
you know,
Like, who would have time to go look for all these comments? That
it's obviously done by the algorithm. So
Oh.
yeah, it's obviously done because you know,
Gotcha.
like I've seen people who just kind of like so my like audience is a full standard deviation older than everybody else. You know?
So is it literally just looking for keywords or the phrases?
It does,
or...
yeah. So, or something like that, or it's just like, because I'll have guys who, you know, they're older, and so, you know, they'll be typing something in there, and, you know, I'll see the comment, and then I'll go back, like, the next day and look, it's gone. So, yeah, and I've had guys reach out to you, he's like, hey, why'd you delete my comment? I didn't fucking do it. So I don't do that. Oh, yeah.
No, I mean, it's weird the things that people have to block off because, like, if you watch anything for like mental health purposes, I was watching specifically something about suicide, right?
Oh, yeah, those
And-
are all instantaneously demonetized.
Yeah,
Yeah.
But I was like, what did he blur from this title,
Yeah.
right? And it was the topic was 50% of men that kill themselves do not have any reported mental issues beforehand. But there was,
really? I didn't know that.
But the word "kill" was blurred.
Oh.
I was like, "What?"
So he blurred kill.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, YouTube does not blur words.
No.
They just murder your monetization.
Well, it's not just the monetization. If you use anything like that, so there's a game out there that got demolished because it sucks because it didn't play well.
was it?
It's one of the Sweet Baby Inc. games. It's called Suicide Squad Kills the Justice League.
Oh, yeah.
When people talk about the game,
Yeah.
they have to blur out.
You get demonetized.
It's the squad.
Yeah.
And then
Squad, yeah.
blank the Justice League. They're taking
What?
Yeah, because otherwise, if you just include that word, the video automatically starts with, if you're having suicidal thoughts, contact this number.
Oh, yeah. It puts the little
God.
tags underneath. Dude,
Yeah.
a shitload of our podcasts have those underneath them.
Yeah, it's wild.
An absolute shitload of them, yeah. So, you know, like, oh, let's talk about COVID-19, you know.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
the
yeah.
dude, go through and look at it. There's tons of them that have been flagged.
Well, I
So,
mean, it
yeah.
is our fault. I mean, we put COVID in.
We put COVID everywhere. Yeah, fucking let's COVID this place up.
Is it just COVID? Is it just in the title, or is it just because it hears the word?
It hears the
throughout?
word
both.
through the transcript,
Yeah,
and so YouTube will
So
transcribe.
this one just got flagged.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
We talked about
oh,
COVID
yeah.
suicide. Yeah.
COVID and suicide.
Oh,
Let's
man.
talk about war in Israel. Too. We can talk about trans rights. So there
Well,
we go.
Oh, if
We're gonna
those
get
are in
all of
there,
them.
that's been
Yeah.
a lot better.
Yeah, no, and then they do that, and then if you have some of those things in there, you get instantaneously demonetized. So
Yeah.
what they mean by demonetized is YouTube, if you really want to make money, you got to make your videos so that they're viewable by all audiences. Okay, so if you do adult-only content for it, your monetization goes way the fuck down right off the bat. As soon as you click that button that's not made for children, you just like cost yourself 90% of your effort. So yeah.
Yeah, because advertisers are like, well, we want to advertise for.
Right.
Yep.
Gosh, yeah.
So yeah, a lot of people are like that.
The guys who don't, they sell them things like Surfshark and Manscaped and
Yeah. That's actually why a lot of
NordVPN.
that's why a lot of the like 1950 style like honeymooners type commercials are taking back over is they have individual sponsors, right?
do, yeah.
So they're going to talk about what they want, but they're going to stop and say, "This segment has been brought to you by
Right.
NordVPN."
Yeah. Okay.
Hey, Fred, you want a Winston? Remember that one?
Oh, yeah. Winston tastes good like a cigarette. Yeah. this is so yeah. It's kind of pathetic because like there are people that when they're doing this, like they're showing off games, and they're out there like it's 1991, and they're pixeling out blood and stuff in their videos.
man,
and stuff
I've seen
again.
that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Really?
It's pathetic.
Yeah. So well, and
But,
again,
I
they're
mean,
just
they're
trying to
trying to-
make money
I know.
off of it, man. You got tons of guys out there don't give a fuck because you can still post on YouTube.
Absolutely.
So you're just not going to make any
Yeah.
money off of it, you know. So if that's what you're trying to do, then yeah, okay, sorry, you gotta just play by the rules.
Wow.
So, but you know,
No, it's that kind of
Does TikTok have the same?
TikTok
TikTok's
is
is weird,
TikTok's
man.
got stupid rules. TikTok will let you go ahead and go out there and illegally harass people with no problem. But yeah, if you start questioning like gender identities, they'll throw you under the bus. Yeah, it's stupid. It's I don't understand that medium one bit. It's not for me. It never will be.
Oh, I love shorts, man. They make me laugh. So I do not like TikTok though. So I wait till they bleed over to YouTube.
No, that's fine. It's just it's
There's so many dumb shorts.
Yeah, see, that's why I wait for them to come over to YouTube. They're kind of like, you know, not as bad.
Oh no, they're still. I don't know. The ones
Yeah.
William watches that actually
yeah.
come up, like I'd say 60% of them are just like
60% of mine are guys falling on ice and stuff.
That's
Yeah, I
see,
love
that's
that
different.
stuff.
That's what you're talking about is that shit is basically internet 1.0.
It is exactly that.
That is
It
exactly
internet
what-
1.0.
yeah.
America's Funniest Home Videos
It
without
totally
any
is.
commercials or commentary. 'Cause
Yeah.
they're going from the next one.
I was like the other day I got hooked on this feed of these cars that are sliding down this hill. So
That one?
No, not that one, but very similar to that, you know?
Is it in Georgia and they got just that
Yeah,
tiny
it's like
bit of
something,
ice?
it's somewhere in the south.
It's
And
the
everybody's
end
like
time.
panicking. And there's these guys out there just on their front yard, like yucking it up. You're like, oh, there goes another one. You better get out.
Like, literally, guys, just throw some dirt on it. You're gonna be fine.
You're gonna be fine.
Dude, it's so bad. I will admit that's
Those are fun.
funny.
So, yeah, I mean, I see stuff like that. You're right, though. There's a lot of dumb shorts out there. So,
There are, yeah. So, I mean, I get what you're into because, I mean, if I can remember the earliest days of like actual YouTube, like when YouTube was new, right? All the videos were just like, okay, guy kicks soccer ball, it caroms off the
Yeah.
inside post, hits the goalkeeper in the head.
Right, yeah.
4 seconds,
Or
you
the nuts.
laugh.
Or the nuts.
Nut shots happen, or like you're watching those dudes like they're running down the hallway and they jump and they hit the exit sign. with
Oh,
their
yeah,
head.
yeah.
Like there were tons of things like that. That's what the old internet was. Then it became like a business.
Then it was, more businessy. And then
Yeah.
and then it went to the social media, and it's never been the same.
And now it's
So-
sort of like devolving back into the beast it once was.
Good. That's where it belongs,
Well.
man. Yeah, we don't need to look shit up. Be content not to know.
Well, I mean, that'll be the question. It's like, why did we make you people celebrities? Why did we care what any of you people thought? By what grounds did we declare you an expert worth listening to?
There are a
Right.
ton of internet celebrities out there who are absolutely useless people.
It's going to turn around and say, like, why the fuck do I care what Destiny thinks about
I
Israel?
cannot stand that motherfucker. So I've tried to listen
know what
to
I
him
mean?
like 3 or 4 times now.
His
I don't-
name is Destiny.
That's
his screen name.
That's
whatever.
his stream name. He with a gamer, of course.
Right.
So yeah, and now he's like supposed to be some kind of debate master, but like if I got in a debate with, I'd have to punch him. So because he's just rude.
Oh.
So
He doesn't even let you finish thoughts.
Well,
or-
no, I mean he'll let you finish your thoughts, but he'll make the same point like you guys do when it comes to like movies or something like 5 times. So, but he'll do it for an hour.
Right.
So yes,
Right.
he'll do it for an hour, and all he'll do is sit there and scribble notes while you're talking to him, and it's just like
Gotcha.
yeah. It's just like so. I tried to like him because there were a couple things that he came out on that I was like, okay, that's a good point. But then after just like a couple more, I was like, oh no, wait, this is who you are.
Yeah.
You're a bad person, man. So
Yeah, well, that's the same thing. It's like, why are you giving any credence to Hassan Piker? Why are you giving?
who's that?
He's in the like from the bread tube family, right?
Oh, okay.
But he's
Like the Chapo guys.
but he's always been like ridiculously wealthy since birth,
Oh, really?
but is a pro-communist. So it's like, dude, fuck.
All right, buddy, you go in the
That's
oven
like,
first.
yeah, no, it's these are
You
the
can do
people.
that on your own if you want.
These are the people that think communism creates artistic utopias, right?
Oh, as opposed
Instead
to
of one man gets the rifle, one man gets the bullets.
right, yes, and
Right.
brutalism. Yay, brutalism.
Right.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
yeah, it's these are the same people that basically draw every social ill to like, this is late stage capitalism. I'm sure you're tired of that phrase too.
I'm so sick of that.
Yeah.
What did we call something late stage? What was it a couple of weeks ago?
I don't
No, we're
know.
just,
I know
like,
you and I
make
fucking
fun of
laughed
all
our
kinds of
balls off,
shit.
but it was yeah, it was
Hopefully, we're in late stage internet fame. So
yeah. So it's pretty sad. It's again, it's the whole like, what exactly is your ethos to be able to make these debates? I mean, at least with certain people, like I can give even the Young Turks like some credit because it's like, you know what? At least to this effect, you've been doing this for a long time, right? And that you do have there are some journalistic principles that you hold to, right? I don't agree with them. The fact that, I mean, anytime that I see people, it's like, well, this comes from the Washington Post. I'm like, click. This is a rag. It's like, this comes from the Huffington Post. Click. This is a rag, right? I'm not just trying to downplay the sources, but these are places that, yes, I subscribe to these people as well. I read what they put out on Twitter, right? I know that every single one of your articles is designed specifically just to piss people off. That is your engagement. That's your entire thing, right? I don't know if you followed up with what we were, talking about last time, but did you see the death knells of game journalism with the purchases?
Yeah. I did. I was actually reading on what was it? It's like Gaming Bro Bible or something like that. I was like, oh my god! I mean, just the amount of wailing and gnashing of teeth coming from English majors.
Oh yeah.
So
Hey,
okay, lit majors. We'll put it that way. I don't know.
mine's both.
Really?
When you get English, you
Yeah,
get
you
both.
kind of get the lit
Yeah.
one too, don't you?
Yeah. It's not the little one. It's
It's the little one.
no, it's the English. The English major is basically it's like nerds. It has two openings at the top. One is lit, and the other one
This is
is
a pink and purple. You get some Shakespeare with your grammar. So,
I hate to tell you, but one of those would always run out way faster than the other.
that's true.
And usually grape disappeared first, and whatever the pink shit was.
I like the pink shit.
Yeah? Do you like the pink stuff
I like the
better?
pink stuff. I like them all.
They're all pure sugar. It's
Yeah.
delicious. I have the box that's just a rainbow.
Oh my god.
That one's different. Okay, yeah, that one's different because they just mix all the colors in
Oh,
there,
yeah.
right? This wasn't the one where you'd ration out and
Yeah.
say, like, I have to save some grape because,
I'm almost out. Yeah.
yeah, I guess I'd better eat some of this crappy strawberry.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I did see that several of them got bought by the same company.
IGN.
IGN, yeah.
And they will run it all into the ground.
They doing their website out of all of them is hands down the worst. So it's just lousy with pop-ups and stuff. So
That's Internet 1.0 shit, too.
it is definitely, yeah. Like when you're trying to click on it, it moves. It's like, oh, motherfucker. I thought we got over this after 9/11. We agreed that we would not do this to each other as Americans.
Yeah, we hadn't come together since the Gulf War, yeah.
Right.
Yeah. No, you're right, man. And I couldn't be happier. It is the worst people finding themselves out of work. And it doesn't bother me one bit.
I didn't realize how bad their writing was. So
It's atrocious.
it's terrible.
It's atrocious.
Yeah, it's absolutely. It has nothing to do with the content. So, or if it does, it's so like, oh my god, I have to write about this game. God, it's like, well, I played it for like 3 hours. So, yeah.
No, I mean, there is a reason they joke about it. There's a reason that when they go through the difficulty options in a game, they say there should be one
Journalist
called
modes, yeah.
journalist mode.
Well, I don't mind having a peaceful mode in the game. I mean, sometimes that's fine, but
Is that just where you go to train?
or you're just there for the story.
Oh, gotcha.
You just don't want to get fucking, slaughtered in combat every 10 seconds.
Do you need something?
No, it's good. Actually, yeah, I do. Ew. Thanks, man. So, sorry, I barbecued more wasps tonight. So,
Oh, good for you.
they came back, idiots.
Barbecued them with.
My barbecue.
Check this out. I had a party.
I have this thing.
I didn't know if you had one of those like burner, like weed eaters. I saw somebody burning their rocks to get all the weed.
Really? You're allowed to do that?
I don't know if we're allowed to.
Oh,
but
okay.
I mean, that's what you do in the rig too. Like,
Yeah.
so you'd have it's called. Well, it's just
It's a
propane
flamethrower.
tank. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a flamethrower.
And you just burn the weeds and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So people were just that there was somebody just burning their rocks, getting rid of all the weeds. I was like, damn it, I want to do that.
I don't. I don't think I'd be doing that in city limits. So
So I didn't know if you were doing like burning them. I was like,
no.
do you have?
No, I do not have. Yeah. So we used to use those too. You had the drip cans that. Yeah, you can light a field on fire by just walking. Yeah. So.
Man, did I miss out on this stuff?
Dude, this is Nebraska, man. Everybody burned their
We saw
trash
too.
up there. So.
Wyoming, yeah.
Wyoming, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. No, everybody burned their trash up there. I remember I bagged up leaves one year, and they're like, "What the fuck is wrong with you?" It's like you can go down to Walmart there and get yourself a $5 tin trash can. And I was like, actually, this is a way better solution.
Yeah.
I know that there are some places where there are still ordinances where you can like burn trash any day but Sunday.
Yeah,
Right.
We've never been able to do that. Not here, as far as I can remember.
I would have noticed. I get it would have been
Yeah.
like,
Maybe out in your neighborhood. I don't know. I don't know. Your neighborhood's full of white people now, so and not the kind that burn things.
well, trash in particular.
weed.
Yeah.
Right.
And they live. So they're one of, and I don't blame them at all because they're one of the corner houses.
Oh, so you got
And so they got the rocks that go all the way down. But they're right. So it's two houses that make up the whole street kind of thing. And so one of them has their rocks completely clean. And the other one does not care in the slightest. So it's like
They gotta burn it down. Yeah.
foot high and then just down to nothing.
You just torch that whole thing, huh?
Well, that's not his yard.
No, but you could.
You could, yeah. Like,
Right,
I think
I
they
feel like-
treat it like you do. Like, they let it grow until the city says we're going to start fining you. And then they go out and they spray everything, and it just lets all these giant things just die. And they don't even care that it's sitting everywhere.
That's my backyard.
I'll take that criticism.
I think that's fair.
What?
You have gotten multiple notices.
Yeah.
What, already this year?
No,
Not this year.
Yeah, I didn't.
No, and if you look back behind the house, there's nothing. But there's
Yeah,
like
did you borrow my lawnmower last year?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
there's like a couple of things back there, but it's nothing. Yeah.
Yeah. We're actually getting design work done right now.
Are you?
For our front yard, yeah. So
What's the design?
I don't know. So
Oh.
yeah.
Okay.
You have no input?
Well, we told them basically what we wanted. So they said, well, we're not very architecturally minded people. So, and I found that if you work with someone who's kind of like creative, if you let them be creative, you get a way better product.
Oh, yeah.
Generally
So,
speaking,
yeah.
yeah.
Rather than going in there and saying, I like this, and I'd like to match this, and I'd like this over here, and I'd like to move my sink over there, and yeah.
Well, then they're going to do exactly what you said
They're gonna
because
do
they want to
exactly.
get the hell out.
Yes. Yeah.
And you can't bitch about it.
Well, and then take that and then also say, well, you know what? And I work from home, so I'm going to be coming out and checking on you every 20 minutes or so.
God, I hate it when people treat people that way, man. So he's just
Another
treat them
I
like they're
know.
fucking butler, you know.
dude. Oh, yeah, you're right. Yeah, I got it. Yeah, that's the thing. That's the treating you like the butler. That is why I had to stop with those police videos.
Oh, which ones were
I
those?
just stopped.
Oh, yeah, we were talking about those the other day.
Yeah, I had to stop with those. These are the ones where like
extremely entitled teenage girls
Yes.
yell at cops.
Pulls over 22-year-old. I know my rights. Like, keep
Oh
saying
god,
that.
here we go.
I did see one, of course, with a sovereign citizen, and that one made me laugh. I don't have to show you an ID because I'm traveling, not.
Those never work out the way that they're advertised. It's like sovereign citizens, shows cop who's boss around, something like that. It's like, no,
They're just going to put you in cuffs.
they're going to
dude.
put you in cuffs,
That's what's gonna
man.
happen.
Yeah,
Because you're.
and they're going to
failing
impound
to
your
show
car.
up. I don't need a license to drive because I'm traveling. I'm not driving.
Oh wow.
Yeah. Yeah, this was a woman that did that. Usually it's
Usually it's a bearded man.
Yep.
With wraparound sunglasses.
Yep. Yeah. You saw that one too.
I've seen that guy get the grunt style, across
Yeah.
the So or it's like, this guy actually does live in the hills, kind of thing.
Yeah, and that's why I had to stop because I was getting mad. I was just being like, kick her ass. Just
taser, man.
just taser. There's so many where I'm just kind of again, it's like the shit I used to joke about, like where you just like you bump somebody in the ribs, or like you said, watch your head, right?
Right.
As you're putting them in. There's just so many times where it's just be like, whoops, and then your body camera like falls off.
Yeah, I did forgot to charge it. Yeah.
And then you just need to show up back at the station, and then I just want to see the video pick up where it's like she fell.
Right. Yeah, she fell. Go to the
Are you okay, man? Nasty spill you took.
Yeah, we're talking like literally knuckle-shaped bruises.
Chief, this looks like your wedding ring.
Yeah, I know it's your wedding ring because you're the only guy with New England Patriots on the wedding ring.
Right.
Yeah, it just says it backwards.
Right.
Yeah, I was getting upset. I was like, just.
Yeah. I don't know, man. I just don't have patience. If the internet pisses me off, I turn it off. So
That's what I had to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If the internet starts to make me angry, I turn it off.
Just tase this fucker.
So
Yeah,
I did that
yeah.
to Destiny the other day. So I was like, nope, we're done here. So can't do this. So he was interviewing a guy that I really respect too. And I was like, what the fuck is your problem, man? So,
Who was he interviewing?
oh, this military guy. So
Oh.
yeah, really knows his shit when it comes to Ukraine stuff. So
Oh, all right.
usually pretty informative dude. So
Did he just not have the chance to speak?
no, not really. So yeah. I mean, he wasn't being listened to at all. We'll put it that way.
Ah,
Yeah.
okay. All right.
So it's just like, no, I'm done here.
I mean, I do have to give Joe Rogan credit that whatever dumb thing that he is being presented with, he does treat it seriously.
He does. Yeah. I watched this one with who's a war machine the other day.
Oh, him, Terrence
Howard.
Yeah,
Terrence Howard is apparently slightly insane. Is this? I didn't know this. So
You're talking about the circles of sound.
the circles of sound and
Yeah,
zero is not actually a thing. Yeah. So it's kind of like, whoa.
Oh,
It was out there.
really?
It was out
It's pretty
there.
far out there.
And he was talking about it dead fucking seriously.
Yeah.
Like flat Earth type stuff? Is that as bad?
It was basically about how like colors convert into sound and sound.
Yep.
And I'm listening to it like, but no, you're gonna have to show me the equation because I'm like, all right, so I'm trying to do the chemistry. I'm like,
Right.
so it's CH plus this plus heat plus. I'm like, how are you getting like? How do they convert into colors?
Right, yeah, exactly. Equals purple. Yeah.
I shit you not.
Yeah,
Like,
no,
it's
it was.
wrong.
Yeah, I didn't watch the
Okay.
whole thing. I just watched excerpts of it, and I was like, "Whoa, man!" So I might have to, if I get bored tomorrow, I might have to. go
And
watch
Joe
it.
Rogan was treating him like
Oh yeah,
legit.
Yep.
Like,
He always does.
he always does.
Yeah, he's just dead serious. It's like, oh, goat sucker of the Southwest, huh?
Right.
Okay,
Yeah. Yeah. Right. Yeah. So it could be a chupacabra. Huh?
Right.
Yeah. Mm.
Is it related to the Mothman?
Yeah.
Do you know the
No
Mothman?
Mothman.
I do know the movie.
I know you. I know. I could probably quiz you. You could probably name 10 cryptids off the top of your head if you count Loch Ness Monster as a cryptid.
I would just
Yeah.
to get to 10 though. So
The Jersey Devil.
the Jersey Devil, Mothman, Bigfoot, of course.
Oh shoot!
Sasquatch.
Okay, yeah.
The Sasquatch.
There's like different Loch Ness monsters.
What's the
and
thing
different
that's supposed to be in
ones.
Lake Placid? Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Yeah.
Oh, there is a funny name for that thing, but I can't remember what it is.
You're
Yeah.
right.
Um, But yeah, the chupacabra.
The chupacabra.
Chupacabra.
What's the giant sound in the ocean?
The bloop?
The bloop.
Oh, that they figured out.
I know. So, but hey, come on, man, it's still on the list.
Yeah, no, you're right.
Yeah.
Gin.
Oh,
Like-
the like
The
the
DJ
genies.
yeah, kind of
Oh,
thing
yeah,
that they
yeah,
have.
yeah. Oh yeah, and those like English fairies.
Oh,
So,
right,
yeah.
right. The one that they
Garden
took.
gnomes, pixies, whatever
Yeah.
they were. Pixies. I think they were supposed to be pixies.
I think that's 10, or if not, it's close.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's
There's a
probably
lot
more.
more.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So
Not to my knowledge. I guess I'm kind of a poser with this, so I can go with the ones that you all mentioned. But
I can't think of them right offhand, but yeah, there's definitely more that are isolated areas. Like there's only like the cities. Like,
they got some
yeah,
weird ones here
yeah.
because they got that ranch down there where you find the cows with the holes in them.
well,
So,
those are
yeah.
usually aliens.
Oh, okay, that's aliens. I thought it was supposed to be like
the
a
surgical
chupacabra
cuts
thing.
are so precision, and there's no blood.
Oh.
I don't know about this.
The cattle
The
mutilations?
cattle mutilation?
I know about the mutilations, but I thought those were bloody as shit.
No, they're like surgical. They take like organs, specific organs. There's nothing like torn up or anything like that. Like literally, like an ear will be missing, and it'll be like a smooth cut all the way around.
I don't like that.
Yeah, they got a
I
Hannibal
don't like
Lecter
that.
out there.
I don't like
somewhere,
that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
I feel like
make our own cow.
oh, that's what's going
I
on.
don't know.
Oh,
So yeah.
And like the 37th parallel is key. Like circles around the world. There's a lot of activity around that parallel.
I've heard that. Yeah.
why?
I don't know
Why
why.
is the 37th?
Because it goes right through the middle of America, Jeff. So, yeah, that's, it's got to be important.
Colorado's included.
Right.
Well, that is true. I mean, the sun doesn't go around the world; it goes around the United States.
Yeah. So.
Took that from a BC comic. That was back when they made good jokes.
Before he got all weird.
Yeah, before like his Constantine-like religious epiphany.
He's always done that though, man. But
No,
his son,
no,
you
no.
like, so original Johnny Hart wasn't that bad. It's his boy. And so,
No, that's what I'm talking
Yeah,
about.
okay.
So in the ones that I was reading from like the 70s,
oh, they're totally different.
no, yeah, there was
Totally
nothing like that. The 60s and 70s, no.
Yeah.
But yeah, eventually that dude must have had like a really like an accident that he thought should have killed him
Maybe.
or something like
He
that.
actually did see Thomas Jefferson.
Yeah. Like he never said it outright. There's no like I can't pinpoint the day
Actually
when,
did see a ghost.
yeah, when he saw what fucking like Victor from Pet Cemetery,
Oh
that,
dear. Yeah.
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 And he's just a changed man after that.
Right.
But yeah, there is like you can tell, oh, this one was written in.
Well, that was back when they used to have the Bible comic right next to it, and that one was less religious than this. Ugh.
I did actually look up the Philadelphia experiment.
Oh,
What?
That was the ship that disappeared.
I did.
And
Okay,
it
okay.
was like one guy saw it, like like it showed up in Philadelphia, like it was actually harbored in New Jersey, I think, and it showed up in Philadelphia, and he saw it. And it was surrounded by like a green mist and all this kind of stuff, and then it disappeared back. And he's the one that wrote it, but like he's the only one that saw it, and the only one
That's it.
that's
He killed himself later. Depressed.
How do you guys know all this stuff? This is
I looked it up
I agree.
after. He was like, "Oh, I got a Navy mystery for you," and I'm like, "Oh, fuck, I'm in." Yeah.
okay. Are you kind of like a Bermuda Triangle expert, or
No.
okay?
So yeah, I was way into that for a while when I was a kid, though. So,
But there isn't
Yeah.
much that disappears there that makes the news at all anymore.
yeah, there's like as soon as you realize how many fucking ships go through that thing like every day, it's kind of like
without incident.
yes, exactly. You're talking hundreds and hundreds of ships a day for decades. So
Is it just
and
that?
planes and everything. Yeah,
Is it just that Unsolved Mysteries was so good at presenting
they
it?
were.
Well,
that-
and it's because they also like sent out planes to look for it, and then they disappeared too. So
Yeah.
it was just like,
Right.
all right, the squadron left. I mean, people are still searching the seas for trying to find it, but
Well, they found some of them. So outside
I heard they found
Jacksonville.
other.
I don't know if it was the same squad, but it was like it was another one that had been reported as missing.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
So they found a bunch of
And
them.
then there's one in around Japan. I think it's called the Devil's Triangle.
The Devil's
Yes.
Triangle,
Yes. Yeah. That's right.
But nothing really happens anymore.
Well, forgive me if I'm wrong, but if I recall, the way they used to present that was that anything that goes into the Bermuda Triangle doesn't come out.
Right. Yeah.
Well, they had
It's a black
one-
hole.
Well, no, they had one that would fly through, and it had like time travel. Like,
Holy shit!
like it went.
Yeah.
Like his fuel should have ran out by like this time, but he had been flying for like 8 hours or something
Yeah.
like that. And then he landed, and he's just like, yeah, my instruments were going all over
Right,
the place,
right.
Yeah.
and so
Was
like,
that the one where he like went in at like 12 o'clock, and when he got out, he should have been flying for 8 hours, but it was like 4?
it was something like,
Something like
yeah,
that,
like
yeah.
that. Yeah.
And then they
That was
obviously
on
made
Unsolved
the
Mysteries,
they made
yeah.
the screen do all sorts of
Yes.
whirly colors and
You
stuff.
took the camera. Yeah.
Okay, maybe that's my misconception because I remember it being like nothing comes out of there.
But I mean, they have Bermuda Triangle shows on now and stuff, but they don't have anything new. Like it is the most boring. Like I was like, ooh.
Oh,
I was like, what are you guys going to do? And it's literally the guys going through the ocean. They're like, oh, we're hoping to find something here today. And I'm like, oh, no, man. How many shows do you have? Oh, God.
oh man, so this is Ghost Hunters level.
Oh,
huh?
it's
Yeah,
bad.
exactly. So
And it does it like, oh, we see like with the radar, so like it shows the shape of this. Oh, it could be this. And we go down and then they take the sub down. And I'm like, oh, this doesn't even have like fun graphics. Like there's
Doesn't sound like it.
there's
no.
nothing cool about this at all.
I know the other thing that I get kind of like wrapped up in, and it never pans out, is they keep looking for like Nazi shit in Argentina.
oh yeah.
They are, yeah. There's a whole
always-
history
they
show on
always
that.
try
one
yeah,
too.
yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So all right.
I can't remember if it's called Nazi Gold or it's called
It-
something.
It should be. I mean, Nazi gold. You might as well just call it that. It's fine. Or you should call it Gold Rush Argentina.
Nazis lost the treasure.
Right. Yeah.
But yeah, I'm like
The Great
ah.
Escape from Justice.
I mean, we're fairly certain that Nazis did escape to Argentina.
Some of them did.
Yeah.
Right. It's actually pretty well documented.
Yeah.
So yeah, the Mossad before it sucked, so it did a pretty good job of actually finding most of those guys.
Just
Yeah.
not sure if it's Hitler.
Hitler did not.
You're fairly
there-
confident
There's
about that.
Antarctica, there's
100%
Argentina, there's
So
Antarctica. That's a new one by me.
really.
Antarctica.
Oh yeah, secret. Oh yeah, they had subs going to Antarctica, so they sneaked them out and sent them down Antarctica, where
The
there's like
southernmost continent.
yeah. Well, they were trying to do all sorts of like they were going there, I guess, before even the war was done.
Yeah.
And then like there's some satellite images of like a huge massive door that it looks like that.
It opens up. There's a spaceship.
All right, this is an angle of this shit
Secret
I
weapons
haven't
of the
yet to hear.
world.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, Lawrence Fishburne has a show on history now.
He does.
Something's greatest mysteries or something like that. History's greatest
He's
mysteries.
got fat.
He's not too bad. He's been
Bro, okay, look, I just watched Boys in the Hood about a month ago.
He was what 16 in
Dude,
that?
I saw
No,
clips
he was, no, he's furious. He's the dad,
He's the dad.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh.
but he's still.
You're thinking of Apocalypse Now. So,
Gotcha.
Oh my
Where he's
god.
like 14. So yeah.
Okay, yeah,
Yeah.
he's a trim fellow with
Well,
hair.
yeah.
He's in the credits as Larry Fishburne.
Oh,
He's not going by Lawrence. And I gotta say, like Boys in the Hood, okay, it's still got some good stuff to it, but Man, there is some overacting in that movie that people seem to think is good. There's this scene. I don't know. You guys have seen it, right?
Boys in the Hood? Yeah, it's been
Yeah.
a long time, though.
Okay.
Long time.
It's some of the worst overacting. If you go to the comments, people are like, "This is really poignant," but
No, it's terrible.
it's
Yeah.
there is this scene when this
Where
black.
they chase the guy down.
Oh, okay. Well, I ain't talking
Yeah,
about that.
okay,
There's the
yeah.
scene where the black and the white cop show up
Yep.
after the, and the black guy is more racist than the white cop,
Mm-hmm.
and you can watch this on YouTube. It is the funniest overacting that I have seen in my life. That people, if you go in there, it's like, this needed to be said. This is for real. This is.
You can't read the comments.
It's like you would not.
The movie's 30 years old, and the comments from made last fucking week, man.
But I was hoping to go in there and people like, are you serious? This shit is so corny.
It's bad.
And I'm not saying overall it's a bad movie, but it's just when you give the stage directions, like, just take it down a little bit. Don't show your teeth like this.
Right, yeah.
Right? Like, don't say that word with a running start, because that's not the take that I want.
With a running start.
Yeah, he is, man. He's just,
You gotta put your back into it.
he does, man. He shoots off that line like they snapped the ball. I'm like,
Yeah.
this is ridiculous.
Yeah.
You know what? Okay, so this was the other, like, this is a sports thing. I'm so glad that that thing they tried to make a big deal is not a big deal when no one cares. Because
What thing?
what is it, the fucking punter from KC?
Oh, Harrison Butker.
Like,
What is this?
He gave a commencement speech where
at a Catholic school, right? Yeah.
at a Catholic school where all he basically said is, women that like to be household raised that, like, that's good, like, nothing wrong with that.
Oh.
He wasn't like
So
saying,
he was like
all
she's the best
women-
thing that happened to me or something like
Yeah.
that because she wanted to do this or something like that.
yeah, and he said something like homemakers are the backbone of America or something like this, and like, but they're all like, oh, you set women's rights back by 30 years, and
God.
it's like, no, he was just saying that
Yeah.
those of you that choose to be homemakers, tip my cap to you, thank you.
It's a hard job.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like,
very
dude, he
hard
didn't
job.
even say anything terrible. Like, he didn't tell anyone you need to be homemakers.
It was there was no accusation. It was like,
back in the
shame on
kitchen.
you.
Yeah, it
it's not
wasn't.
bad.
Yeah.
It wasn't anything. It was just like, hey, whoever you are that's a homemaker, tip my cap to you. You do a great job. I was like, oh wow, you can't just compliment people on choosing to do this.
It was wild. But yeah, it was funny to see that it was a nothing burger. Like, that would have been a big
Kinda
deal.
Cried.
They tried.
Oh, they're
but
trying everything now. Nothing's working.
Well, not only that, the number one jersey being sold was his.
His, yeah.
Kicker was the number one jersey in the
Yeah.
NFL.
Yeah.
And it's
Yeah.
just like, yeah, you better not try and chastise this guy too much, otherwise you're gonna lose your audience again.
Well, yeah. Well, and it's funny because the KC guys, like, fucking Kermit himself was over there. It's like, look, we all have different, views in the locker room, and we're still gonna keep.
Who is Kermit?
Patrick Mahomes.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you're right. Yeah. Okay.
I'm not lying. He
You're not
has a
lying.
weird Kermit the
Yeah.
Frog
Oh, yeah.
voice.
Yeah.
And it's not like deep, so it's not like you wouldn't call it's Black Kermit. It's
No,
weird.
it's
Yeah.
pretty close to Kermit.
It's so uncomfortable. You're like, it.
You just hope he waves his arms in the air. And it's
Yeah, they got Andy Reid. He's like, I don't care. It's like nobody. Like, well, what if a woman approaches you and says, and this was a real thing, like, what if a woman approaches you and says they're uncomfortable? It's like, that didn't happen. it won't happen. It'll never happen. Yeah, and yeah, they just totally deflated. I'm like, this is great. I'm so glad we're past this.
Yeah. They're trying to throw a lot of things against the wall. Nothing's sticking right now. So I saw that one.
well, there was
I know what you're talking about.
one of the memes I
pathetic,
saw
yeah.
said, I can't remember. It was like the left has complained about this and sales went up, like, and then the right or it was something to do with something, and then it went to Budweiser basically being like, and then they said this, and they caused their sales to drop. This,
Yeah.
Yeah.
it's like, okay, who's got the influence?
Yeah, I saw him going after Red Lobster this week, of all things.
Red Lobster.
Yeah. Apparently Red Lobster is like so bankrupt, it's hilarious.
Oh,
So
They closed like 100 locations this week.
yeah.
Yeah.
We didn't lose any of them here yet, but yeah.
how often do you go to Red Lobster?
Never.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I'm like,
fucking good riddance. So yeah.
Well, I mean,
I went there last year.
Oh yeah.
First time in like 15 years.
Yeah, my wife. We used to go to Red Lobster all the time, man. And I probably haven't been in probably about 7-8 years. So just because it went down bad.
well, why'd it go down?
Just the food quality was shit.
Well,
So, yeah.
specifically, there's a reason for that.
What, the food?
Well, okay, so
I mean, it's in Colorado, man. I don't exactly expect the greatest food
hey,
in the
dude,
world.
well,
man.
I get that.
Yeah.
I'm not standing up for Red Lobster here either. I've always thought that Red Lobster is a little bit too proud of the food they have on the menu. Right? This is just frozen seafood. It's not bad. It's not great, but
Not all our seafood is frozen, man. When I used to work for Frontier, we used to get their shipments in at night. So, yeah, I bet you it's packed in ice, but it fucking stinks. So, yeah.
fish isn't supposed to stink. Not like that, but and I know, of course, the lobsters are fresh.
Oh, yeah.
You can see them.
You go pick one out.
You
Your
can-
turn to die today, buddy. You know?
You can see them basically like dealing with the torture of not knowing, right? It's just
They
kinda
seem
like,
pretty content.
like,
yeah.
look, I got my sentence a while ago, but they don't tell me what the day
They don't
is.
tell me what day
Yeah.
it is. Yeah.
No, it's the thing that was going on there was Red Lobster's model worked itself into a corner that they couldn't get out of. right?
Yeah, wasn't it? Did it involve real estate? So, okay.
It wasn't real estate, it was their menu. So they used to have basically 2 times a year they'd have like Shrimp Fest, where it's
Oh, yeah, I remember.
unlimited shrimp.
Yeah.
They would do this like 2 times a year.
Yeah, but it was only like shrimp scampi. If I'm not...
Oh, no.
it could be anything?
It was, yeah.
Oh, I don't remember that. I
Oh, yeah.
remember going there and having unlimited, like popcorn shrimp and shrimp scampi and the coconut stuff. But
Yeah.
yeah.
They had like 5 different types. Same thing at the Olive Garden, the Never Ending Pasta Bowl.
Right. Yeah, pasta's a lot cheaper though.
It is. Well, it's the same goddamn company too, but
Oh, is it?
yeah.
But
But
yeah, that's right. It's like Darden or something like that.
yep.
Yeah. Okay.
Olive Garden's in trouble too. But so the thing was, people would show up for Shrimp Fest in droves,
Yeah.
right? But they do it 2 times a year, and then what would happen is people just wouldn't go.
Oh, when they yeah.
So they started doing unlimited shrimp like 5 times a year, and then it was just on the menu. And
Oh, hey, that's a loss leader right there.
so it's a loss leader, and there was nothing that was really like, if you do that and you're making it up by people coming in and say like, fuck the shrimp. It's like, I'll go ahead and eat one of your $35 lobsters or whatever. There was no balancing it out.
Right.
And they couldn't, basically they became like Shrimp Buffet, the restaurant, and they couldn't pull it off because that's all people wanted.
Yeah.
And they didn't really have a market set up to be like, yes, but this is buffet shrimp,
Right.
right?
Yeah, sometimes your company, like, you work yourself in a corner where you're serving a market that just sucks. So it
Yeah.
does happen.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I think it was just called Shrimp Fest. I think that's what
It
they
was
used to
Shrimp
call it.
Fest.
And I went a few times, right? You're so full, right? You're so, and like you're eating scampi, you're just full of like fucking
Butter.
shrimp butter.
Yeah.
And but there are people who's like, well, I had this today. I'm gonna sleep for a while and come back. I can't do that. I can't.
No, man, I can't do that either. So, I mean, it's got to be something really good for me to eat it 2 days in a row. So,
Or do you mean eating to your limit?
That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, people who are going to go out there and eat.
You can
that.
only do that in Vegas.
In Vegas, you're trying to recoup your loss. That's
well, at least I'll eat
lie,
good.
man.
Well-
there's
Those buffets are not necessarily cheap either.
no. That's why you're just like rubbing pate under the table, like in anger. You're like,
I'm not gonna eat this.
I thought it was cheese.
That was cheese.
That is the wackest cheese I've ever eaten. That is like, what is this? Like, it looks expensive cheese. It's not. Yeah, if you're getting fucking taken, you're like, all right, I'm gonna say it's like, no, give me some more prime rib. Like,
Oh yeah, you're choosing.
cut a bigger part.
They had like the thick bacon that's like,
It's
oh my
delicious,
god,
man.
that was so good.
You go to the Paris, man, and you just sit there and you eat it under the table.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah, the buffets are awesome.
you got like
But wow, they do
$45
cost a
left.
lot.
It's like, I'll eat $45 of this, right? Because you're like looking at your last 50. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna win something.
I'm gonna win.
Well, back when I drank, I went to one and it was all you could eat, and I was like, oh, crab legs.
Oh yeah.
And so I just kept eating
Where'd
crab
you
legs
go?
with the butter and all that stuff, and then I was drinking like beer the whole. My stomach hurt so bad.
Oh,
I was like, oh, that was the worst decision. Oh, my stomach.
where did they have the crab leg buffet? This was one of the good ones, right? Not one of the
Oh yeah,
like off strip shitty
Ah,
99-cent shrimp
don't
cocktail
remember.
shit.
and some of the buffets are gone too.
What?
They didn't survive COVID, so like some of them don't even have a buffet anymore. Because I was like,
shit.
I can't remember. I don't know if it was Caesar. It was one of the places. Like I was like, they have a really good buffet, and I was just like, we went, went to the casino, and I'm like walking around looking at the signs, going like,
First buffet.
where the hell does it say buffet? And finally, I snagged the guy, and I was like, where is your guys' buffet? And he's like, oh yeah, it didn't survive COVID. And I'm like,
That sucks.
oh, I was like, it's Vegas.
Hmm.
What? How does anything not survive?
One at the Wind was great too.
When it was good.
Yeah, yeah. And that one, I don't even remember what their theme was. It wasn't like
We're rich.
Charge
Charge a lot. You had to even like make reservations online, like when we went last time. Like you
Really?
could not like they're like if you show up, you might wait a couple hours, but otherwise you should probably make a reservation. I'm like, oh damn. Well,
What, to eat?
to be able to get into the buffet, yeah.
Oh, okay.
that's wild.
That is kind of crazy. There's one in town that's like that. The Broadmoor does the big breakfast buffet. You need a reservation
right,
for that.
right.
So yeah, I've been to it once. It was delicious.
That sounds amazing.
It was
I went
amazing.
to it once too. Yeah.
The fucking pastries alone are worth the trip.
You can't- I mean,
But
But
I
you
had the
can't-
best Danish I've ever put in my mouth.
yeah, that's the thing. You can't white trash that buffet though. You can't. Yeah. You don't stuff yourself silly there. It's.
Well, I wasn't
Wow.
going back, so I did. So yeah, but it was like a golf thing too. So you didn't have to like dress up. You just wear slacks and a polo shirt and you're good. So but it was really good. So.
Went to that bar a few times down there too. The Bee.
Oh, the Golden Bee.
Yeah.
Shit, I used to go there all the time. They got expensive.
I don't know.
That was a long time ago.
We didn't belong there when we were going.
There was the only place that I could go. Well, my brother and I used to go there because it was one of the few places where you could get a full yard of beer. That big, tall fucking thing.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh, okay, yeah.
It comes with its own little rack. So it was the only place where you could get a full yard of beer. So
No, we were there to try and we were like, what are the rich single moms like?
oh
It wasn't.
no, man, everybody there's a tourist.
Yeah.
So
It
there's no
was kind of
locals there.
disappointing.
Yeah.
Yeah. But we thought it would be cool, but yeah, it's not.
Yeah, no. No, the single mom's place used to be Southside Johnny's. So I want to go hang out with all the bikers, apparently.
Bikers.
Dead
Really?
serious.
Yeah.
Dead fucking
Yeah.
serious. This is a real thing, man.
No
So, yeah.
joke.
Mm-mm.
Nope. There is
I
that
thought
is
single moms want like security and
I
No,
don't.
they
I
want
think
motorcycles.
they want motorcycles.
Oh,
Yeah. So
that was I don't know. Well, I mean, I can theorize why, but
well, it's not looking for the long-term solution. It's
no, of course not.
no, but they always do. They end up hooked up with like some biker dude for like 7 years.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
I watched that happen a lot. And if you tried to muscle your way in back then, at that point, it's just you're wasting your time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you're looking at the other end. It's like, all right, so you need to get through that phase. I'll see you when you're 40. But then, at that point, it's, you have questions, new questions to ask yourself. Is this what I want? Is this, can I do differently or better, or I don't know. You understand how that goes now that you've, done that a little bit.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. I think they look for security now. I want to make sure that you don't have red flags.
I know both. I know both kinds. So there are some who they're over that.
They're over that?
They're over that. They're just, I have a job, I have a car, I have my own house, I don't need a fucking man. Kind of thing. So I'm just gonna have fun. So I know a few.
There's
people
that too.
like that.
Yeah.
I know a few people like that, and then the other ones are like I talk about all my students have school PTSD. There's a lot of women that I know who have relationship PTSD. Yeah. So, and it's just not fun to deal with. So,
a lot of guys have that too.
That's true.
A lot of guys have that too.
Yeah. A couple.
The thing is, guys aren't supposed to talk about it though. It's just.
Oh, the guys that I know do. They do it all the time. So.
Do they talk about it or they just bitch about it?
That.
Oh.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, they just bitch about it.
But that's fine. Look, if that's the way they handle it. I mean, that's kind of what I'm doing right now. But
no, you're not as bitchy as these guys. I know a couple guys are pretty fucking bitchy. It's just like, yep, the whole world's against you, buddy. Yeah, it totally is. You're totally right. Yep. Mm-hmm.
You know what? That can apply to a lot of things too. Not just relationships.
It's possible. It's also possible that I mean,
there's a lot of the world doing a lot of work to make certain people's lives miserable for no reason at all.
This is a pretty big fucking conspiracy.
The conspiratorial angles where not once is there that introspection. They just say flip around and say hey, if I turn the tables on you, it's like, if I made you that person, it's like, yeah, it's like, would you care? Would you care about that one guy in Colorado that works from 7:30 to 4?
Well, yeah, because no.
You know why? Yeah, because he's a threat.
Right, yeah.
Like, oh, okay.
Yeah, okay.
So we don't need to talk anymore. I know where you are, and...
Your ego is this big.
That's the funny thing is, the question is, for what? What have you done? I'm not picking on anybody for their accomplishments, but it's just the whole, what is it in your dossier that you think makes you so...
That you stood out amongst the crowd that
yes.
to be singled out.
Yes. We were friends with a guy like that for many, many, many years, who was otherwise very reasonable, but it's just that same thing of no, this person left this morning to get on this street where I'm driving and cutting me off.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
They've been planning for 6 months.
Right.
He had an inkling, but then as soon as you were there,
I was like, all right, the decision set is narrowing here. Yeah, he was paranoid about that shit too.
Incredibly.
Yeah, he was shockingly paranoid. So,
and it went to any angle of you could take it, but traffic was where it was worse because, well, that's where it was its most dangerous.
He was pretty dangerous. So, yeah.
But that being said, he was a pretty good driver.
He was.
Absolutely have to give him credit for that because
he still got that car. So
yeah, it's
right over there. Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It still looks as good as the day he bought it.
It does.
Yeah.
Wow.
So, but that doesn't surprise me. So.
Wait, does he live in the house? His parents' house?
No.
Oh, okay.
A little bit closer, actually.
Closer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really?
Yep.
Yeah.
Damn, that's pretty close.
Really close.
Holy crap.
Closer to Jeff than I do.
Yeah. There's a house for sale, like right there.
Yeah, there is. Yeah.
That just went up.
Yeah, I'm not looking to move there.
I'm not saying you have to.
I could move there.
You could move there.
I could move there.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like irrelevant now because my daughter needs one more year not shitty middle school. So never mind. I can't move for another year. So
Wait, what? Wouldn't they go to the same middle school?
no. So she would go to the same high school. So the middle school would be the one that we went to, and that place is a shithole now.
Is
So,
it that
yes, it is
The
bad.
demographics have changed.
It's
Oh.
it's that, and they stuffed a lot of kids in it when they
Yeah.
closed the other one over there. So yeah,
Oh.
it is like even people on the inside of that district say, "Do not work there." So,
Good God.
yeah.
Wow.
No, I think, I know that I come down kind of draconian when it comes to schools and stuff. I think I've come to a compromise where I believe that there should be flexibility within the disciplinary structure that you have where, let's say, for example, that you have populations and classes of those sizes that you'd have there. I think that the proportionate disciplinary measures should basically ramp up with those expectations. So, like, if you're, like, approaching class sizes of 40, you have access to electricity.
Right. Yeah.
Right? if you
Forms of non-invasive torture. Yeah, exactly.
So your idea of compromise here was to say
Yeah.
increase?
Yeah.
no. This is the thing. If you're in a school that's pushing 12-person class sizes, right? You do not have access to
Electricity.
waterboarding. You don't have access. Right? That's not something that should be in your toolbox because you don't need it.
At any point, are kids' eyelids taped open and stuff?
Non-invasive.
Oh,
No bruises,
well-
no broken skin. So,
No, Patrick.
No, you want bruises.
No, because there's the other place, the Gitmo. That place should basically be no holds barred.
the Gitmo.
Right. The District 11 Gitmo where they send the
Oh, community school.
Real problem
right,
cases?
right. Yeah, it's actually a jail. Yeah.
Right. So this is a place where like the teachers have the ability to be like they'll give an order.
Did your roommate used to work there?
No.
Oh, okay.
No. And then if that order is not
And he
followed,
disappeared.
then you get to say comply. And
Why? Submit.
and if they don't comply, they get gassed.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, they'll spray you, right? Like you give that order. He's just like
You get 3 X's on each eye.
pretty much. And it's just like read that Chaucer, and they say no. You say comply. They say no. They say go fuck yourself. Then you get to like spray them, right?
Spray.
Because that place is, as far as I'm concerned, that's not happening in the States. It's happening in Cuba, right? The rules are different there. It's not on.
there.
Yeah. But every school needs a place like this because you don't want to go here. You have to have a place that you're afraid of. So that when the principals say, like, you got one last chance, right? These are your demerits. If you exceed them, you're going here. And they will gas you.
But Pete got F mark. Yeah. Speaking of Cuba and Gitmo,
Yeah.
I actually saw an interview the other day. This might have been on Fox, or a clip from Fox,
Okay.
where this guy went down to the border and was interviewing dudes, and he found a ton of them from Cuba. I thought they came the other way.
It's just so
On
easy
both,
right
yeah,
now.
right.
Wait, to going to Cuba?
No.
No, crossing the border in Texas. So.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's just way easier.
What, than rowing to
Yeah.
Miami? No, I don't know. It's just weird. So
Cubans passing through.
actually, it was Arizona. Come to think of it, yeah.
Super far.
I guess. Well, there's one of the border crossings in Arizona is really close to an airport that's in Mexico.
Oh.
Yeah, and so it gets a lot of traffic because people fly from Russia into whatever this airport is in Mexico, and then they get ferried. So up to the border and
Is that so?
where to cross. Yeah.
Well, Fox now is all set. Trump's going to win New York, so.
What, in a general? That'd be hilarious.
No, but I will argue that what's funny is, okay, so you remember that so if we go back to Trump 1 2016.
Trump 1.0.
All right, and
Is this one that's full of cat videos?
and when he was running against Ilsa the she-wolf with the SS. And I always get you one, man.
That was pretty good, dude. I'm glad I wasn't drinking.
When he was running against her, one of the big criticisms was that she didn't campaign in a lot of states where she considered things a lock, right?
Yeah.
What's interesting to me is, I mean, I understand that he has to campaign kind of close to court.
Because, yeah, you can't leave.
Right.
So.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, he did that big thing in Staten Island the other day. Or was it Bronx?
It was the Bronx.
It was Bronx.
Yeah.
Okay.
And what I think is interesting is, like, I feel like him campaigning in the Bronx, which I know he's not going to win New York, is ridiculous, right? But America's kind of international. I don't want to say international, but they're kind of, like, I don't want to say ubiquitous because he does get big pull, but I think there's something to people seeing him do well in New York that actually carries over to other states.
It might.
Because he's doing it right in the heart of, well, you shouldn't be here.
Right.
This isn't your neighborhood.
Right.
This is actually...
And they basically forced him to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is AOC's territory. This is her stomping around. Right? So, I don't know. This actually could be something that might be a good political strategy going forward, is going to the places where you're seen as the enemy and drawing a big crowd, regardless of which side that you're on.
Well, and then, like, the New York mayor, not mayor, it's governor. Who's the girl?
That's the governor.
Yeah, Cruella. Yeah.
She goes on the networks and is calling them all the people that showed up a bunch of clowns and stuff like that. It's like,
Those are your constituents.
man. Like,
Yeah.
really? You're calling them clowns?
This was the... I don't know if you've seen the response video. Basically, like, black people have... they go into, like... So they dress up like cavemen. And they... So they'll like caveman into like an Apple store and marvel at the computers like it's the first time they saw them.
Who does this?
This is in response to her statement like last week. It's like there's a lot of black
Who
kids.
did this? Or is this just online?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I thought this was like an actual thing.
Yeah. Kevin Hart.
Right, yeah, exactly. Yeah, okay.
Where just the response of like they've never said, they don't know what a computer is.
Oh, is that what she said?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't see him winning New York. It's, possible that, I mean, it depends on like how the rest of the state feels about that, and I don't know about that. So
He'd have to, the thing is, yeah.
I mean, the city will not flip for him. So, but like,
Right.
yeah, the rest of the state, or even like Westchester County and Long Island might, yeah.
He'll get Staten Island.
Well, they were even saying
Maybe.
that it wasn't even about getting people to vote for him, just getting enough people to not want to vote anymore. Because
Yeah, well, we're gonna see that. I've seen some prediction models on voter turnout this time, so and they're tamping some of the expectations on that. The RFK Jr. question is the one that everybody's working on right now. So in fact, he was at a libertarian conference. That is a fucking shit show.
That was so
I kind of want to go to it. It's like, you guys solve things with fisticuffs. This is amazing.
It's like the last circus that had an actual freak show.
Dude, there are naked people there.
Yeah.
I mean, Yeah, it was nuts.
I don't have to wear clothes. I'm traveling. not
Exactly
driving.
right. Yeah. This is my ass is sovereign. So
What did he say too? It's like,
I don't know. He was speaking today, so I didn't catch up on what he was saying.
oh god, there was this great quote.
Or maybe
where
he spoke yesterday.
He spoke yesterday.
Okay.
There's this quote where they were booing him, right?
Trump or
Yeah, they were
RFK?
booing Trump,
Okay.
and he said like, I get it. He's like, so you can either get on board with me or you can keep getting that 3%. Like shit, like
I knew he was going to say something like that, man. Yeah,
he just left.
yeah.
And he did say, he's like, look, if you actually like get on board, I'll put libertarians in my cabinet.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
but yeah, he just got a call about.
Well, yeah. I mean, he'll get Ramaswamy. So
Right, right.
yeah, who's
Right.
pretty much your headliner libertarian, who's not RFK Jr. and Melty. So
Left him next to the stove.
no man. So, but I mean, I've listened to him give some fantastic speeches, and then he'll turn
What?
around and he'll say something else, and it'd be like, "Dude, take your fucking pills or something." So, you almost had me, and then you said that.
It's weird too, yeah, because you're exactly right. He's just gonna like and see this like breakdown. It's like, and that's why like if you follow these trends here, this happened here, this happens here, and that's my prediction for the tech sector.
Right.
And then they found Bigfoot. Is it just pivots like right into it? You're like,
Yeah.
let me tell you why I'm not into the COVID-19 vaccine. So Bigfoot, yeah, it's
Let's talk about grab drives. That's the next. Yeah.
when they caught and dissected Bigfoot in 1981. I'm like, really?
Right. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. My father knew all about it, so they killed him for it. Yeah. So. Yeah, I don't know. I have to go back and see what Trump actually said yesterday. So, but
It was pretty funny.
hey, look, man, he wins the election if he can get enough libertarians. So, last time you can look at any state that he lost. So, and he lost a lot of them by less libertarians. So, then there were actual differences between his vote count and Biden's vote count. So, like Michigan's a big one. So, lost like what 60,000 people or something like that, and there's like a fucking 150,000 libertarians who didn't vote for him. So,
You know what? There's something very true to what you're saying, where it's like when a close game gets blown by a bad call, right?
you're right.
And you're like, you had it first and 10 on the goal line, and you
Right.
You had that twice, right? So you're mad at the call, but you had more than enough chances to win the game,
You could have, yeah, easily. So,
right?
yeah,
So that's still a bad call, but you know what?
you should have.
It's your fault.
You shouldn't have been in
Yeah.
that position.
Yeah.
So, yeah, and I mean, like he's got way smarter people on his campaign this time. So, we'll see what he does. As soon as he gets out of court next week.
You say that, and maybe he does as far as like campaign, but I don't think he's actually read a resume of any of his lawyers.
Oh, really?
I think he just looks at their Instagram profile and
He
says they're
might.
hired
Yeah, he might.
because they all look the same.
But that's why. I mean, before the whole "shot my dog" thing, I was pretty sure
that was
because he
a
like fit
gimmick,
his type
yeah.
to a T. It was like,
Exactly.
this is the one that looks the closest to all your ex-wives. This is how you're going to pick your next
Yeah.
vice president. So, yeah, but no, then she shot her dog. No.
Like a while ago, but you just can't get around that. There's no
Dude, it's not that. It's the thing about like with. She read the fucking audiobook.
right.
Okay, right. Yeah. And so then they go back and they ask her about, oh, that's not in there. Like, you read the audiobook.
Theoretically, you wrote this.
You're right. Well, we know you didn't write it. Okay.
Right,
So because,
right.
everybody uses a ghostwriter. It's fine. All right. So it's common SOP, whatever. Okay. But you read your own fucking audiobook. And, all of a sudden it's like, so when did you meet Kim Jong-un? Huh? It's like, oh, well, we had to take that. You read it. Yeah, it was weird, man. That was like you saw like the most slippery, just gyrating in terms of, well, I'm here to talk about blah blah blah. It's like, No, we're gonna talk about
Because we don't care about
we
blah,
don't care
blah,
about blah blah.
We'd
blah.
ask somebody else about blah, blah,
Yeah,
blah,
yeah,
who
yeah.
knows what they're talking about.
Yeah.
We're asking you about the dog killing.
I'm asking you about the book. So yeah, that was a weird little thing that happened.
You know, and too, and there's, even though, look, and I understand the point that she made about the farm living, and I've talked about this before,
Oh, yeah.
where, shit, you and I have worked with plenty of, like, farm people where it's like, you just have a different mentality when it comes to animals because you do. Right?
Yeah, yeah, sure.
Right? So I get that. But you also have to know as a politician,
You don't put that in the book.
you don't defend it either.
Right. No.
Right. You just have to know that that's something that you just don't endorse.
Yeah.
Right. So I mean, I can go and I can look at poets and I can sit there and say, like, all right, so this is Ginsberg. This is why he's defending NAMBLA, even though there's no defense for it.
Ew.
But I can still say, as a poet, right, I can sort of get your point. But there's no version of this where, like, dog killing is like, that's even worse.
It doesn't make you tough.
No,
So yeah,
it doesn't.
which is what she's trying to do in there, and everybody saw that.
The only version of that works is, so there I was, then the dog was mauling me, and when I had half my face left, I shot it.
Right. Yeah. Exactly. So when I saw that the dog was not going to stop mauling the rest of my
Right,
face.
right, yeah.
So unfortunately, I had to put the dog down.
So, yeah, exactly. It had digested half of my first child. So I reached inside it and reclaimed it. And then I put that dog in a scorpion deathlock and submitted
And
it.
choked the life out of it.
Yeah.
I felt it.
I submitted it in
Yeah.
Madison Square Garden.
Right.
Yeah.
No, I did the cool neck snap.
Yeah, just instantaneous.
So, okay, I looked into that. Evidently, that doesn't work.
The neck snap?
No.
Oh, really?
No.
What if you're Superman?
That's Superman. Superman, like,
You just punch your head
he
off.
breathed
Well,
on
he
you.
did it to Zod.
Right. No, that was Superman in that movie.
Oh,
Right.
yeah.
Yeah, it turns out that I was like, why doesn't this happen all the time, right? Why? Because like in every movie you watch, like just some dude gets in there and just like pops it like this, and like, why don't they die, right? It's like it turns out that the force that you need is just way more than the neck is willing to give you.
So,
Oh, you mean so the velocity of this? Yeah. Okay, I see. What
like
you're
velocity
saying.
you
and
can't
force.
you can't twist the neck far enough for it to be able to
Right.
Oh,
Right.
snap.
You would have to be.
You'd have to like rip every muscle through for it to be able to go far enough.
That's the thing, is there's so much resistance on there that just like turning it like this, just it won't do
I
it.
wonder if anybody's tried it.
That's what I was looking.
Yeah, yeah.
Because I was like, I've watched a,
Ow! Ow! Oh man!
like it can fuck you up.
Do it the other way. Do it the other way, man.
Yeah, don't get me wrong, it can fuck you up, right? But
Sure.
yeah, that's because that was the thing, is as a
I wonder who started that thing.
as a gorehound, right?
Right.
I'm like, have I ever seen in any of the hundreds of deaths, have I ever seen just the straight up like neck snapping? Not once.
No, I don't think I have either.
It's the same thing.
I'm not the gorehound you are, though. But
No.
I-
Well,
I have
you
never
are in
come
a
ac-
different. You are in a different way.
if it involves tasing, I love it. But yeah. So, but the I've never seen one either.
Yeah.
So, and I've seen a lot of war shit lately, man.
Yes,
So,
exactly. And I mean, these are the guys that would historically sneak up behind like KGB guys and just
Yeah, you'd think that, but I think that's Hollywood's kind of stuff.
turns out it doesn't
Yeah.
work. It's the same thing like in a game. There's this game where somebody had their fingers bitten off, right?
Mhm.
That doesn't work.
What do you mean bitten off?
Like somebody like like Gollum does, and
So somebody bit somebody's fingers off?
well, you really can't. Turns out that's kind of like ridiculous too.
Well, what, to bite it off?
Yeah.
Oh, you don't have the bite pressure for it?
Nope.
Okay, I can see that.
You don't have the bite pressure
What
for
if
it.
you got right at the knuckle?
Like you might be able to, but I mean you'd actually have an easier chance like at the
Actually, this is bone and bone. So
That's
yeah,
part of the issue
exactly.
is-
Something's gonna give.
yeah.
So,
Well, that's
yeah.
the thing is you are basically trying to bite through with the same,
Yeah.
right? You're not sawing 2 graham crackers, right? Right.
Yeah.
That's sort of it. So like you could put a dent, you can like move it, and you might crack it, but like biting it off, that's not gonna happen.
What if you had gold teeth?
That's gold soccer. Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you had metal teeth,
Metal teeth, not a problem.
maybe. Yeah.
Depending on the metal.
Not a problem.
Well, yeah.
Well, no, you'd still need the bite pressure.
Yeah.
That's the thing is the jaw pressure. So if you basically look up like the tensile strength of bone versus what a jaw can give, it's not even close.
No. Yeah, you could probably break it and then wrench it off. But
Right, and if you are a golem, okay, that's a little bit different because you're not from here. They have different rules.
different rules. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Middle Earth does have different rules.
Like they still have some things like gravity and
Gravity's a thing. Yeah. But so is magic.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the kind of weird stuff I look at sometimes. It was just the neck breaking. I'm like, why does it always come up?
Yeah. There's a lot of things that you get kind of like skewered on a little bit with movies, and then you find out later. It's like, oh, that's not what that's like. Like my thing has always been like gunshots. Gunshots never sound like what they sound like in a movie, ever.
Has there ever been one that was accurate?
They are way louder than that.
Oh,
yeah, way louder. So,
do they knock you over, or do you just stand there and then just drop?
With what?
Like when you get shot.
Both.
depends.
I've seen a lot of people get shot, unfortunately. So it depends. Yeah, most people scream. So because it is insanely painful. So yeah.
So it's never one of those.
Sometimes, yeah.
Some dudes,
Sometimes you go into instantaneous shock. So, but yeah, most people, like, if you get shot, especially if it's by a decent caliber weapon, that you scream because it's just insanely painful. So,
Gotcha.
yeah.
And there are some dudes that take 4 or 5 shots.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So
I do know that Javier Bardem's shotgun that is not the sound.
that's another. Silencers do not sound like that. They don't go pew 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 pew. So no.
They don't do the quip.
No, they're really loud, okay? But they dampen so like, if you use subsonic ammunition, which doesn't hit as hard, okay, you can actually make that, and if you've got a big silencer, you can actually make it so that it sounds like it does in the movies. But it only, like, every silencer only gets like 5 or 6 shots like that.
Yeah.
So before it you have to replace, there's all these rubber rings in there that you put in there, So no, they don't sound like that at all.
But what's the difference between a silencer and a suppressor?
It might have something to do with muzzle blast.
Look, I don't know if the forum guys actually speak like that.
They do. They do.
That's the voice I hear when I read it. What is the difference?
Yeah, so I mean, like, there's parts of GunTube that unfortunately I've been sucked back into lately. And, yeah. Everybody in that forum sounds like that.
I feel like you sneak in and out of there.
I kind of do, yeah.
You're not a permanent resident. But,
no, it's like a place I visit every couple of weeks.
Snowbird.
Yeah, I'm a snowbird. Yeah. So, they got good donuts here. So, if I'm in the neighborhood, I'll stop.
Yeah, I don't think you'd ever, like, permanently move to GunTube.
To GunTube? No.
No.
GunTube is full of crazy, crazy people.
Look, there are some people in there that look like they legitimately have fun with what they're doing. Right.
There are, and then there are people who, this is a mission from God.
Right.
To be a GunTuber.
Right.
Yeah, so.
Yes.
I don't do this for me, guys. I do it for you and liberty. Yeah.
Like, really, you're blowing up all of those ballistic dummies just for me.
See, no, those are getting gross, dude. So they put all the pig fucking intestines in.
Yeah, I've seen that. Yeah,
it's
yeah.
gross, man. So we're gonna shoot this with a Barrett 50 cal. So it's like it's gonna look like hamburger.
What did you think was gonna happen? No, it's look, I'm not gonna say that I don't have fun with it. And the same thing, like, every now and then I just want to watch a dude throw a grenade. It's so anticlimactic.
Oh yeah, they go pop.
Yeah.
So they're actually way more lethal than I thought they were. So yeah, I learned that thanks to Ukraine. So as well, they are way more lethal. This thing where, you know, like if someone throws one in a room, everybody's like, get down, and everybody's like gets up after. No, that does not happen.
And then you see why they're designed the way they are.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like there's no piece of this that like I feel like that should be one of the things that is outlawed.
Grenades, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
But they're super effective.
They are very effective,
Yes.
yeah. So
No, I learned the lethality of one of those things. So one of the old 4chan threads was a guy who he posted a picture of it. He's like, guys, you're not gonna believe this. He's like,
is it the guy who put it in the toilet?
yep.
Okay.
He's like, I don't know if I told you this one, but yeah, he posted a picture of his hand with this. He's like, I found this in my grandpa's things. What should I do with it? Right? And somebody convinced him. He said, push it down the toilet. So the thing was, he says, okay. There's a picture of him going to the bathroom, and then the post stopped. And then a couple of days later, right, somebody else in the thread posts this news story of that, like 4 people dead.
Yeah.
Yeah, and just the room is blown out, right, in like South America, where that was the story was some dude flushed a grenade
At the toilet.
Everybody close to it died.
Yeah, that was definitely Internet 1.0.
Yeah.
I remember that.
Yeah. He did it.
I remember you telling me about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He did it.
He killed himself?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Like, he wasn't trying to kill
Right,
himself,
but-
you know, he's probably like, well, I want to see what happens, you know.
Yeah, there's a couple of old internet stories
Wow.
that are creepy like that. There was some where this guy, I wonder if you come across one.
Is this a serial killer guy? So,
There was this dude that just kept posting coordinates,
right.
and when they got to the coordinates, they started finding bodies.
Found bodies.
Yeah.
I remember that. I remember you telling me about that.
Did I tell you about
When that was
one?
going on? Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, no, because you were a 4chan guy back then. So
Hold on.
I'm not saying that. The way,
I was a visitor.
You were a visitor.
Yeah.
You're not a frequent contributor.
I was a visitor.
4chan?
4chan, and then 8chan after that.
8chans. Yeah, that's it.
Well, that's where QAnon came from, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know what these mean.
You know what QAnon is,
Well,
right?
I've heard of code.
Yeah, the pizza parlor. Yeah, right.
Yeah.
That's what we know about it.
It's the pizza parlor that doesn't have a basement, you know. So yeah, drinking the blood of young virgin children so that you can, you know, live forever.
Okay, now you're
Not true.
Huh?
You're swimming past me. I don't know this part.
Well, you don't know all that shit?
No, where does the blood come in? I know the pizza parlor.
Well, that's basically kind of like the nexus of the entire operation. So, you know, because of course it's got to be in Washington, D.C., where the powerful, you know, convene, you know, once a month to blood sacrifice children after raping them. There goes demonetization.
Have you seen how some of them have aged?
Huh?
Have you seen how some of them have aged?
It's obviously
If
not
that's true.
fucking working. Yes, exactly. So this is like worst genocide ever.
It's not pretty picture.
No. So, yeah, and I mean, you were talking about, what did you call her earlier?
Oh, Ilsa?
Ilsa? She-Wolf?
Yes, well, that's a real.
I was poking around her a little bit the other day to try and see what she's been up to, and you're right, she's been quiet.
Yes.
So I don't know. I still think the Democrats there's going to be shenanigans at their convention. I smell shenanigans.
I get. Look, I feel
smell
you.
it.
I just feel like when you're suspecting shenanigans, right? This is the usual suspects. You round up, right?
You're right.
And I feel like her name has to be involved with it if there are going to be any shenanigans.
Maybe, I don't know, man. So she might be cashiered and she might know it. So I don't
I thought it
know.
was going to be the Michelle Obama.
They tried that, but then she shot it down.
She was clear on like, I don't want this.
Yeah, she was like, no.
And didn't she say it's like, I saw what happened to my husband when he was president.
That's exactly what she said.
I
Yeah.
want to do this.
Yeah. So, So no, it's just like, Joe Biden was talking the other day, and it's just like, oh my God, man, there's no way you're not going to make it through debate.
Well, is that why they allowed a debate? Is just so that the
I think
nation
it was
can
his
see-
idea, actually. So he probably sees that he's behind the polls, and he's like, well, we know how to fix this if we do it the way that we've always done it. Ha ha.
Right. I'm going to destroy with you facts and logic.
Yeah, exactly. So, because he's probably melty enough to think that that's actually going to work. And he genuinely does not like Donald Trump. So, he's got a lot of contempt for him, and so he thinks he's going to kick his ass, and he's not. So,
I mean, it would be funny if it came down to like ghetto shit up on the stage.
Donald Trump's not going to do that, man. So, he really...
No, I don't mean an actual slap fight, but I mean just like obscene loser ass name calling and
he won't do that. So, all he's got to do is make sure that everybody sees that Joe Biden can't string together a sentence on his own.
you just let him talk.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And so he's going to let him do that.
Yeah.
So,
Well, to a point. I mean, Donald Trump also, he blabs.
he does.
Yeah.
Yeah, he does.
I think he's much better than last go around. He put a filter on himself pretty good.
Donald Trump 2.0 is kind of a different dude. So.
I have not heard one single example of there's been no grab them by this or Mexicans are all this or
Stupid tweets about whatever.
Well, he's over on Truth Social. Nobody's over there.
Okay, so
you have to like read about his tweets on Twitter that have been translated from
Assyrian.
yeah, exactly. So that cuneiform that's fucking Truth Social.
No, you're right. Yeah, it's true. It's all translated from fucking like backward speak of Pazuzu, the Assyrian god. Yeah, it's all just a vulgar display of power. I see this stuff because people basically they screen cap his shit on Truth and then post it on Twitter.
Yeah, but his tweets they're not like they used to be.
They're boring.
They're huge.
Yes,
they're huge. Like he used to do these zingers, so
right.
And he just doesn't do that now. And of course, they're just offensive to read. They're all in caps. Which is, it's just so hard, man. After a little while, it's just like I can't do this, man.
Like we agreed in Internet 1.0 days that this was young. You were at the meeting, dude. We all signed off on it in 1996.
Right? Yeah, this is pre 9/11. Yeah, so you don't really hear that much from him. So all you do is when he actually razzes somebody really good somewhere, then you hear it from second and third sources out there.
Yep.
Which actually really puts a dampening effect because if you sit there and if you actually listen to the man talk, he's just as insufferable as he was 6 years ago. On a lot of this stuff, it's like, get to the fucking point, dude. So,
no, you're right, because there's always this like big long preamble and
it's still all like it's all self-flagellation the entire time. It gets so old when you start listening to it again. But
just get to the punchline. It's like, all right, it's been 45 minutes. Just get to the point where it's like carrying a purse makes you gay.
Yes, do that. Yeah, yeah.
That was the other thing. That's right. You said the little man purse that Will made fun of. It was European.
It's very German.
Yeah.
So it is very German. Just about every dude in Germany, wears that in a tracksuit. And there's a gap between where his pants end and his shoes begin, and it's always exposed skin. So yes,
that was something I did. I did surprise Marina with was I have that blue Adidas topper, and I have one of the driving caps, with the and I showed up.
You have a driving cap?
Yeah, with the
little button.
Yeah, and so I showed up with that to the meeting one. She's like, "What are you wearing?" Because she'd mentioned that it's just like, evidently that is the Russian uniform. That is the
really?
Yes, is the tracksuit plus that hat. It means so. She's like, and there's a specific way you sit when you do this.
Oh yeah.
Yes, not on a chair, But you do that squat where you basically sit your butt on your ankles.
Oh, yeah.
The thing that Asians can do, but I can't.
I can't do that.
Can you?
Yeah.
I can't
Of course.
do that.
Right. So I don't know
Like,
why.
fat.
I don't know if it like even fat guys can do this. But I can't.
do it.
Yeah,
I can't do it.
my knees just don't go that
No,
far.
my ankles don't bend like that.
Yeah,
So, yeah.
but of course Will can do it.
Sure.
But evidently that is the posture. You are just a low life.
Thug.
Exactly. Yes. And
Oh,
it's just,
You're
that
the
flat
hired thug from The
yes.
Simpsons.
It is. No, those guys have a real dignity in comparison. These are just you see them outside your local 7-Eleven, and they're sitting like that, and they're drinking and smoking,
Oh yeah.
and not working. You know,
Yeah.
it's like, yeah, you work, but it's not a job. Yeah.
I've known some
That's-
pretty lazy dudes. We had that one guy over here. Unfortunately, got killed.
What?
So the liquor store over here by the old Safeway. So that was run by a Russian guy. My brother and I used to go there because they'd sell Russian beer. So there all the time.
Okay, yeah.
That dude, I never so like in the 6 years I went to that liquor store, I never saw him get up. Yeah. And he was always over there watching Russian,
Soccer and shit. Yeah.
well, that and like soap operas. So,
okay.
You know,
Okay.
ask her if that's a thing, but and they weren't like, they didn't seem Russian. They almost seemed like Mexican, kind of soap operas. It was weird. They looked Mexican, but it was definitely not Spanish.
Right.
So it was dubbed. But
My understanding is that Mexican soap opera isn't just for Mexico. It's basically
I
like
know.
a format
yeah.
that exists around the
Oh,
world.
okay.
Right? Like
Okay.
it wouldn't be the same soap opera that we have here. It has a different kind of like melodrama to it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember watching some back when I was trying to learn Spanish by watching TV. So I know. Yeah, no, they speak way faster than that, Jeff.
Yes.
Yeah. So
Actually, that's the problem. Yeah.
it is ridiculously fast. So, but yeah, no. And then I had a Russian coworker years ago. So, and he was just shady as fuck. So he might have been like one of those guys that you're talking about.
Well, all I can tell you is that in the neighborhoods around here and the friends I've had,
Mhm.
the only house that blew up was owned by Russians.
Really?
That is correct.
Oh.
And it was drugs.
Oh, wow. Yeah, so this guy, he might have been going down that path, but he was the guy who you could buy DVDs from out of the back of his car.
Oh, for Christ's
I'm dead fucking serious, dude. I'm dead serious. He'd have them all in the shrink wrap and everything.
Why wouldn't I just buy this from Best Buy then?
Well, because you can get it from me for $1 off. And you want to help me out, don't you, Pat? Yeah.
Oh, it wasn't bootlegged ones that you could get it before it was released from Best Buy?
Nah, I'm pretty sure these came from Best Buy, but
Off the truck this morning.
yeah.
Oh, so they were en route to Best Buy, but they never made it?
Never made it. Yeah.
Do you think Russians... Do you think they porch pirate?
I do they Amazon? I guess that would be the first thing to know.
I've never... Yeah.
Russian seems like the kind of place where you'd have like an Amazon box that was actually secured with a hand grenade. So,
So
And you
Mark
don't go
Roberts
to-
booby traps don't spray sprinkles on you. They blow
do
you
not,
up.
they're not glitter bombs. They are bomb bombs. Yeah.
So okay, yeah. So it's my border defense method.
That's it.
Okay,
Border
all right,
defense
all right.
And you know what? Amazon packages show up and they stay on that
Yeah.
porch for 3 days.
Well, okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Oh no.
Go ahead.
So I've been reading on Russia lately. So like, I don't know if Amazon's still there, but like if it was there before, somebody took it and turned it into Russia Amazon.
Right.
Oh.
Right.
So I was reading about all the McDonald's over there. They just got ganked overnight. And then Putin gave them to one of his buddies. And says, "Congratulations, you're our McDonald's guy now." And it's like, Wow.
And they have this really stupid name too, don't they?
Tasty.
That's right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
something like that.
Yeah.
Tasty period or something.
Right.
That's
Yeah.
right. Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. It was gross. Yeah, yeah.
Well, if you think of it like that, I mean, you don't want to use the red dot as your fucking,
Nope.
which they did.
You would run that by at least one woman first.
My guess is that it doesn't mean the same thing in Russian.
Didn't you ask her about that?
Yeah. I
I
thought
thought
you did.
I remember.
My understanding is that it means the same.
Okay,
It's-
all
it's-
right.
Well, because you're just reading it in English.
Right, but the word period, which has dual meaning in the United States, might not have the same dual meaning in Russia. So,
I believe. I think she brought it up to me as like it's gross.
okay, all right.
I'll
So,
double check. I'll
yeah.
bring it up again, but yeah.
But there's like tons of shit like that, where there's franchises from Europe and the United States, and like somebody took all the KFCs and shit, and so yeah, and just basically turned it into Russian KFC, and so basically just confiscated all that shit overnight. So
a lot of China's like that too.
yeah, but China will like
They have their version of Amazon that
Alibaba, yeah,
there's that, and like
try
the
to
other one is
come
like Temu,
Temu, yeah.
where all the package sorters work without shirts.
I've seen some of those. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's weird, man. So yeah, they actually had an SNL skit the other day that was on that. It was actually pretty good. Did you see that? The China guys were talking about it.
It was SNL and it was funny.
It was.
I don't believe you.
Yeah, I know. It's weird, but it was actually true because
All right.
they were picking on China. So somebody at NBC is gotten tired of getting threatened, I guess. So, but anyway, it was
All
really
right.
good. Yeah, but no, like Russia's just weird, man. So they just take all your shit. So
Different cultural expectations is how I
Totally.
see that.
Yeah.
Yes.
well, it's still robbery. You didn't pay for that.
I was trying. It's like, is it really?
It is,
Yeah, it is.
yes. When the state
It is.
steals your shit and gives it to one of their buddies, it is robbery.
Do they say finders keepers?
I don't know. So
It's on my land,
Right.
mine now.
No, I know that's how China is with intellectual property.
oh yeah, they'll put shit in your
It's-
shit to.
It is
steal
as
shit.
finders keepers as it gets.
Yeah.
Um,
God, they got their hands on the Cybertruck real fast. Did you see that? It was like a week. A week. It had been in China a week, and then they made a new one.
no, they did. It's like it's weird. They take it, and then I know they have like special wings of their big businesses just for reverse engineering. So
Oh yeah.
they capture it and basically put it in the fucking bay where they film like Flight of the Navigator and like dissect all the aliens inside and all that other shit, and then they make their own version within a week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, they've done that a lot. So, oh well.
It's China, dude.
Hey man, 200% tariff coming your way, buddy.
Look, there's the ways around it.
There are.
Yeah.
So
And
yeah.
that's one of them. Is
That is one of them. I was actually reading on that again the other day. They said, you know what, actually this isn't strict enough. So,
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think it's one of those weird kind of negotiations that nobody likes where it's like, all right, so we're going to impose 300% tariffs. They're like, how about 150? And the other person says, how about 400?
Right.
You want
Yeah.
to keep playing
This
this
is
game?
not how this works.
Right.
But I get where this
Go
is
ahead,
going.
say another number.
No, 400 is good, sir. Yeah.
I feel like that's kind of how you have to do it.
Maybe so, but they were saying, well, they were already exploring ways to set up new factories in Mexico, and then
China?
yeah, so they could ship because we have like basically NAFTA 2.0, Trump's version of NAFTA.
Right.
That actually works pretty good.
Yeah.
And so, but they would be able to get around it if Chinese built the cars in Mexico or Canada. And so they were like, well, wait a minute. We're going to do it this way if the car's not built in the United States.
Oh, yeah. Right.
And its ownership is in China.
I think you'd be able to figure that out. Yeah.
I think, so, yeah.
It's not-
It
it's not a
actually
mystery.
wasn't that hard. Yeah.
Right.
So, yeah.
Like,
it's
does
just
it come from that factory?
right.
Then you're gonna pay.
Then you're going to pay. Yeah.
All right. No, I got you. So, Shit, sports-wise, everybody's out, right?
Yeah.
Everybody's
we
out for what?
sucked.
For Nuggets out.
Oh yeah, everybody's out.
Everybody's out.
2 days in a row. That's just
Yeah.
It was kind of brutal.
oh.
So he just murdered all the teams off in a weekend.
Yeah, that one hurt. A 20-point lead. That one really hurt. And now they're getting smoked by Dallas, so whatever. Basketball.
Well, that's two Dallases.
I know. It
Yeah.
would be terrible if Dallas won both.
Or just
They
insufferable.
get
Right?
2 Braves. Oh, fuck that. But I really don't want Boston to get. I want Boston to lose. So
Why? Over Dallas?
everyone always loves Tatum. Like he's all NBA first team, and I'm like,
Oh.
you're okay. Like literally every team they've played in the East has had like 3 guys go on the injury list like during the season, during their series. It's like, and they weren't the greatest teams anyway that they're playing. And it's like, man, no, I don't want you to win a title. So I guess I'll cheer for Dallas to win the title there, but then whoever wins in hockey other than Dallas.
Mhm.
All right. Do you just dislike him personally or what?
I think he's gotten way too much pub for doing nothing. Tatum?
Got too much what?
Publicity.
Oh.
Yeah.
All right.
Like, he's been propped up as being this all everything. Him and Jaylen Brown. I think they're both just selfish players.
Oh. Okay.
So
All right.
I just kind of want to watch. And with how good everybody thought they were going to be, I just really want to watch it burn to the ground.
You are a real sports fan sometimes.
Yeah.
Like I don't know how you have time for like other emotions because like
That's where all my negative emotions go. I can be great with the rest of the world and peaceful and happy.
Yeah.
But man, I root for injuries. I root for this team to get destroyed.
Their bus crashing.
I think that's his thing. Yeah, because that's why I never see him like at Red Lobster being like, oh come on, some of us have to get back to work.
Right.
Nope, I'm peaceful and happy with everybody else in the world. But
How about some service around here? Yeah.
He's doing he's shaking the
Shaking the
empty cup.
cup. Yeah, exactly.
what do you do? Tap your ring to it?
Tap your ring to it. Yeah.
Well, if you have ice cubes in it,
Ah.
you need a refill. You shake it at the waitress. That is like taboo number 1.
That one is pretty bad.
That is
Yeah.
no class.
You don't do that to a waitress. You don't do that to
No.
a bartender either. So.
You can ask though.
Sure.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's okay.
Mhm.
But you just don't.
No.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Well, that makes sense. That makes sense if that's where you funnel your emotions into.
Usually, once my team's not in it, it's usually about spite more than who I actually want to win. It's about who I want to lose.
You know what? Sometimes you do that before the season even starts because you're absolutely certain the team's not going anywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You've had entire Broncos seasons like that, buddy. Like,
Man, there's a lot of hate going on for the Broncos right now. What's
Really?
with that? Yeah.
I love it. I think.
Okay.
I'm
Are you
all
optimistic?
In. I am
Okay.
all in. I think Knicks is going to be Breeze 2.0.
Okay.
wait, what did I miss?
It's over next.
That's
Yeah.
Yeah.
why the anger?
I don't. Well, because they either think that Knicks is garbage,
Right.
in which case we shouldn't have drafted him in the first round, or we should have traded up and
Oh.
mortgaged the next 3 years for one of these.
How'd that work last time?
For one of these yahoos that has just as much chance of being good as Knicks. And I don't know, with everything I'm hearing about how Knicks is with Peyton, it sounds good. So
I don't know what to tell you. Like that I don't think there's anybody that predicted that Russell Wilson was going to suck as bad as he did.
Yeah.
Is there anybody, if you go back in history, where it's like,
I
don't
was
do this?
really happy only when they gave him the money in the preseason. I was like, what the fuck are you doing?
Well, okay, like
You haven't seen him play one game yet, guys. Why are you giving him $800 billion or whatever it was?
It was a lot.
Look,
$250 million.
I can understand the financial side of it, but I can't see anybody. I don't recall hearing anybody around that time being like, "This dude is washed up. He's a fraud. He's a
No, you didn't hear that too much.
he's a,
I guess
he's a
Seattle
Cam
said it.
Newton. You know,
Seattle said it.
Well, but really, yeah, they did kind of, didn't they? Yeah. Yeah, but I mean, people were pretty excited about it.
I was
Yeah.
off the wall
Yeah, you were
excited.
thrilled.
No, and like lately, like the talk at the yacht club, they're not fans. So of this, they're a little bit more traditionalist though. So
I'm loving it.
All
I
right.
think
well,
that
I'm glad
dude
you're optimistic,
is-
man.
he basically calls him like a supercomputer, and if that means that he just reads and dumps it, let's go.
Okay.
So who is he? Who is he the modern version of?
They're hoping Breeze.
Okay.
All right.
That he just reads it and gets it out of his hand. You're not going to get sacked. Like, there won't be any of these dumb...
Forgot about it. How long has he been gone now? Only a few years.
I think he's... Has he gone to the Hall of Fame yet?
No, I don't think so.
So, yeah, it must only be... I would guess he'd be pretty close to a first ballot.
Yeah, it's gotta be. So.
I mean, who else would be in his class there that basically would take it away from Drew Brees?
Oh.
Yeah, no, yeah, I mean, the guys that are going in this, it's like Charles Woodson and stuff like, and Breeze would be ahead of them.
What's
I mean, he's good.
okay.
Yeah, he's fine. He was a character.
He was good.
Yeah, okay, so he had talent, right? And he was good, but he was a character. And if I recall, didn't he spend like the last 3 years of his career being like, I would have gotten that, but I've had turf toe?
I don't
remember. Yeah.
I don't remember that.
But he had
there's
no way
plenty of-
over Drew Brees.
No, so yeah, I
Yeah.
mean,
No.
unless I can't remember that he was already put in. It seems like he's been gone for more than 5 years.
Is he working anywhere? Is he
Is he commentating?
is he a dude anywhere on any of the channels?
He was a little bit. I thought
Was he?
he'd come on every now. Maybe it hasn't been 5 years.
I don't think there's any way that
No,
it could
it
be.
has to because they got Jameis Winston from the Bucks,
Oh yeah.
and that was a while ago.
Yeah.
Peyton was out.
Yeah,
for,
you're right.
He's got to be in
Yeah.
the Hall of Fame. I think I'm just missing that he was in the Hall of Fame. Because Peyton's been, I mean, this is his second year coaching us. He was
Right.
out for a year, and he coached post Breeze for at least 2 or 3, so maybe even 4. So yeah,
If he's not there, if he's
I
not
can't
there, then he
imagine
will be
why
like this year.
would.
Then.
Yeah,
All right. So it's got to be close to 5 years.
somewhere around there.
All right.
Okay.
All right. Well, good for him.
Yeah.
So I'm super excited. I'm totally stoked. So I'm ready to see how it goes, and I'm thrilled that we didn't give up the next 2-3 first round draft picks.
Like last time.
Yeah, I mean it won't cost us that god awful amount of money too, but
Well, I guess we'll make more.
Okay. Well. Speaking of just his contemporary, then has Phillip Rivers been out 5 years?
no, because he
No.
doubled back. Like he actually
Yeah.
went to Indy for a
He did,
year
okay.
or something like
Okay.
that.
Because I was just following the chain from Chargers to
Yeah.
and then
Yeah, he's definitely gonna be in the Hall of Fame too. Yeah.
Yeah, they don't
Nah,
know.
he's
He never
kind of
won a title.
he's kind of,
Oh, that's right. He didn't.
He never even made it to the Super Bowl.
and he's kind of a big fat pussy.
He's a stat guy.
He's a stat guy.
Yeah, all he got is numbers.
Oh, yeah, that's true. So,
And some of those numbers were off the back of, I don't know, one of the greatest running backs that's ever played the game.
Well, and he had Gates.
and he had Gates.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. And he
Gates
had another.
died, right?
What? No.
Okay. Who's the guy who died?
Oh, the Vincent Jackson?
Oh, okay. Yeah, there we go.
It's Jackson from Colorado?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
from Mitchell High School. I think.
I don't know.
Yeah, I think you're right.
I just know we went to UNC.
Yep, that's him.
North Carolina?
Northern Colorado. Yeah,
Really?
really.
The Colorado guy. Oh, North Carolina.
Okay. I think my brain's out. Anything else you want to say?
No, I'm good.
All right. Well,
No, nothing here for me.
all right. Well, I want to give props. We'll put up that light right there. It looks great.
Oh, it does look great.
He did a fantastic
It
job.
looks really nice.
Yeah.
So you
This
got a
one will be-
hanging one. So
Yes, he didn't make it
so
parallel.
it's not
to the
like a
light.
pizza plate. All right, I'm Pat.
I'm Will.
Hitting the button.
I would just like to see you guys walking like